And oh yeah, we live already. 5 seconds of the game.
Oh
What's
man,
going on?
it is.
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy once again. We back. It's Tuesday,
Yes,
February 25th, 2020, and February is almost over with. But it's your boy, Red Milwaukee 414 CEO Sneakerheads Clothing Line. Appreciate y'all coming through tonight, man. Got the homie Q the Queen in the building. It's just a duo. It's the duo right now.
yeah, we out here rocking out, baby. No, I'm just saying, but yeah, February is it's crazy. It is about to be up. Like, I mean, where did the month go? When did it even start?
Man, I'm trying to tell you that we gonna get into it ASAP about this February, these releases and everything. But go ahead and tell them, you know, what I'm saying, the good people who you are, even though everybody knows who you are.
Man, what's up? It's your girl Q the Queen out here on now I'm on YouTube, of course, more of a YouTuber than an IGer, but trying to get more in IG. Either way, it's Q the Queen on YouTube and IG. And you know, I'm just out here. I love sneakers like everybody else. Nobody special. Just out here. What's up, everybody?
Yeah, so I know the notifications is going out, so everybody will trickle in slowly but surely. But appreciate everybody coming through. That you know the early birds that's in here already. Most definitely make sure ASAP y'all hit that like button, like, comment, and subscribe to both of us.
Hit that like button. Make sure my hand ain't ashy. It's been cold in Chicago. It's been cold here. Woo! Every
Make
time
sure.
I look down, I be like, dang, I put lotion on that thing.
Well, for sure, man. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe to both of us.
Yes.
And we most definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all hit that like button. Yeah, so and then if y'all in here, make sure y'all hit the comment section so we know who's in here, man. We give that love, that shout out. Q, on a side note, before we even get into it, what is that behind you? Because that looks dope.
Which part?
That Nike, that Nike that's sitting right there.
This is a special one right here. What? Ooh.
I seen that on your IG.
This the Toon Squad, LeBron 17 low.
I like that.
Got that Bugs Bunny on the swoosh, baby.
Yeah, when did you pick that up? I like that. I normally don't even like LeBron lows.
They gave us early access on the
Of course.
What was the Saturday of All-Star weekend? Was it 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was early access on the sneakers app. I didn't even know it was happening. I was trying to catch an Uber.
Yeah.
Flashy text me. She like the Toon Squads is out. I know you was looking for. So I went ahead on there, grabbed them up, and I got them.
Yeah, them look nice.
They
Them
drop
look
on
real
28th.
nice.
They drop on Friday officially. They'll be out on Friday. Yeah. Yeah, they
Them
nice.
look real nice. How the back look? Oh, what's that on the back? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see how they did that.
Yeah, man.
They made the crown look like the tunes. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of dope.
Got that what's up, Doc, on that tongue. Ooh, can you wait, okay.
Yeah. Why they even put a shoehorn in the shoe knowing you don't even need it?
Right, I don't know. They put them in all of his, and they be super long like this too. It's hilarious.
They don't even you don't even need it. You don't even need them laces really for them lows, bro.
Yeah, there's two different ones too. I can't reach the other one, but it's red.
Yeah.
And
That's dope though. I
yeah.
like that. Oh yeah, I like that. That's fire.
Yeah, so it's dope.
Does it say the same thing on the back of the tongue for the other shoe too?
Both the same.
Okay.
Both insoles the same, both tongues the same.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just a red shoestring on that one, but they do give you extra laces, so you can go with one or the other. So
yeah.
Straight blue, you can go straight blue. You can go straight red as well. So.
Do you honestly need laces though?
I do. I ain't
I'm saying, like when you actually put it on. Have you? I'm assuming you actually put it on already yet.
Of course, I haven't. Come on.
Okay.
It would never be that easy. It would never be that easy. But yeah, I get what you're saying though, because I don't really think the shoestrings are necessary unless you're hooping in them.
Yeah. Like if you're just walking around in them or whatever, that's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily think
because it's not really anything that's pulling it like that.
Yeah, it's automatically like hugging to your foot once you put it on.
Yeah, so
okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's dope though.
I completed my that completes my Space Jam pack. Well, it looks like they're gonna be doing more characters.
Yeah, yeah.
They just dropped the swag hammer. I didn't know they were doing characters. I was just gonna get the Toon Squad and then the Monstars. I was thinking I was completing my little packety pack.
Yeah.
They bust up with that swag hammer on All Star Sunday. I'm like, oh, sadly mistaken.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but
Okay. So man, like we were just talking about, this month is almost over with, which
yeah.
went fast as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Um Black History Month. My question for tonight, I guess as a main topic, and we'll get into other stuff obviously, but um uh Black History Month this year,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel it's lived up to the hype as every other year? You know how normally like Black History Month is like, oh man, so and so, this and that, and all. You know, why, especially for Nike, that they'll have an abundance of different Black History Month themed sneakers come out,
Yeah.
and it's an anticipation or whatever. Regardless if it's ugly or not, they don't do a good job every year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but do you feel like it's lived up to the hype this year? Because in my opinion, and I guess I'll speak first. In my opinion, I honestly don't. I can't really even think of a Black History Month release besides that ugly Air Force One that makes no sense for Black History Month at all. That came out this year, and I can't think of another release that's Black History Month themed.
That's it. You got the Air Max 95s, which is supposed to be a part of that pack. Which
Yeah,
I'm
that didn't make any
with
sense
that
either.
one. It makes no sense. They
Yeah.
brought out a couple pairs of Chucks as well.
Yeah.
Those will be the closest to some BHM as
Mhm.
what we've seen in the past. In my honest opinion, I feel like with the past couple of years, they're moving more into like that whole equality thing. It's becoming less about Black History Month and more about equality theme,
Yeah.
which to me is diluting the Black History
Mhm.
Month component.
Mhm.
So I do know with the Air Force One, they put the whole mirror on the toes so you can see a reflection of yourself and everybody. And I'm like,
That was ridiculous.
that sounds like equality to me. Okay.
Yeah. And even with that, like putting a mirror on the toe, but it's like for me, I mean, we've been talking about this for years. Obviously, not on this platform. This is new, but
Mm-hmm.
on other platforms in previous years, if it was if it was Talking Kicks or any other platforms, in previous years on Black History Month,
Mm-hmm.
is they gotta get some black folks in the building, man. When it comes to these, and it's not just Nike. Like, let's not get it twisted. It's not just Nike.
Yeah.
Like even Adidas did a pretty good job last year or whatever, and Adidas automatic obviously beat Nike last year when it came to Black History Month.
Sure. Yeah.
But there is no like this year. I feel like nobody used any black influence like in the building. It's like making it's like making a uh uh it's like making a Malcolm X biopic. It's like making a Malcolm X biopic, but
With
you
nobody.
use an all white cast or whatever like that.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's kind of some conversations I was having too. Like, it's clearly becoming apparent that nobody that represents or would have the appropriate insight, aka a black person or two or three, are in that boardroom when those creative juices are flowing. There's no way a black person said or gave them the green light to do that particular BHM pack. There's no way. There's none. How? How? What does it reflect? It reflects absolutely nothing. And for me, I feel like Nike's portfolio is way too large and Nike's innovation level by comparison to the other manufacturers is way too advanced at this point, to just drop the ball on this sort of theme. So it's like,
Mhm.
at this point, one of my thoughts were, and I think maybe you and I had spoke about it before, or somebody else, I don't remember, but even if they came up with concepts that were related to, figures like black figures from,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that are significant. So even if it didn't say like Rosa Parks, maybe it has some sort of themes that were geared around that, or W.E.B. Du Bois, whatever the case, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Something that doesn't say their name per se, but it's
Yeah.
inspired by um, the things that they achieved in terms of how they, made a change for social society. So,
Like
um,
Rosa Park 12s or something,
right,
man. Like,
something like it's a way to do it and without
yeah.
doing like tribal patterns, because I feel like they know that we're tired of the tribal patterns, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
we made it clear, and I think they're listening because they're starting to go away with it. But at the same time, I don't think they know what to do if they don't do tribal patterns.
Right, right.
They scrambling.
They scrambling for real. BX, shout out to BX, man. We gonna get in everybody's names here in a second that done jumped in here. Shout out to Retro Queen 3 on 3 Retro Queen, real quick. He said slowly moving away from BHM and moving towards equality, just like they took church out of schools. Now that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a good point, BX.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But
yeah,
that's kind of different.
yeah, it's kind of different, but at the same time, it's still a key point. Like it used, like they used to have. They didn't fully have church in the
Hmm.
schools, but
Hmm.
they have slowly, like, what little bit they had in schools, they have totally wiped out because of the diversity, and I guess the equality, or just being PC period, because nobody wants to get sued these days. You
Hmm.
know, have, from, if you have, if you talk about religion, just not church, but just anybody's religion, period,
Right.
is that's what they're totally trying to get away from.
Yeah,
Um,
PC is the best way to describe that. You're right. As it pertains to the schools, and even with this, like the whole equality thing was the start of the whole PC. That's why
mhm,
I never really supported the equality pairs. Now I get what they're going with it. I love
yeah,
everybody, obviously,
yeah,
but if you're going to dedicate a theme to a specific culture, you have to stay within that vein.
mhm,
Like what BX mentioned, he said it may not be that they don't have any black people, or even if there aren't any black people in the boardroom, he says they're lacking in-depth research.
mhm,
So, I mean, yeah, a little bit of research would make a difference, whether or not. But at the end of the day, you have to have people at the table that represent that thing. And that goes for that's it for any company. That's for any
yeah,
company,
yeah,
especially a global brand like Nike. Come on.
yeah.
There ain't no black people in the boardroom at Coca-Cola.
No, yeah, yeah, that's a fact.
Why you
That's
think?
a fact. Y'all use 1,000,001 of us on y'all app,
Right.
Q,
Yeah,
and
thank
and
you.
and in y'all commercials, and all of your marketing and promotion. I mean, come on now, like 85% of your athletes, that you guys have signed,
Right,
are black folks. No disrespect to any other race, but let's keep it real here.
right.
So it's like, like you can't, come on, man. Like Black History Month, I just feel like they don't take it serious. Like I don't even want to say like they used to. Like I feel like they just don't take it serious.
Right. Yep.
You
They
know,
never did take it seriously, but I think what they had in their favor is because they weren't always doing BHM. They had
hmm
something fresh to start with. So they went maybe a good strong 3-4 years off and on. Because I feel like the last good year was probably 2017, 2018.
yeah,
Whatever one had like the KDs, the LeBrons, and then that Air Force One you was talking about with the flag stripe going down the middle.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean that to me was the last one. I think I don't remember if it was 17 or 18, but that was the last
I
one.
think that was 17. Okay, this 20, that's what be throwing me off.
Yeah,
This is 20. So last year was trash,
right.
because last year was the start of equality, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
this year, it's a decline for real, and it's been a decline since 18, because 18 was just like, what are y'all doing?
It was
Like, this
shaky.
was cool.
Yeah, it was shaky. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't like in comparison of like the height, which was like 17, 16, 15,
Hmm.
like, and they were coming out. And at the same time of coming out with heat for Black History Month, they were at the same time still doing All-Star Weekend releases,
Yep.
so
They never failed to do that. That never
yeah, they
They
never
never
fail.
failed. Ever, ever.
They never
They never
fail.
fell on their Nike watch and all this other shit they do. But for whatever reason, when it comes to a theme, they drop the ball. So, and
That's a fact.
yeah. I mean, and one thing about it, I can't complain too much because they don't even really do a month for any other culture. But at the same time, if you're gonna do ours, or a collection for, for a culture or whatever. If you're gonna do ours, like, please just talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. Come on.
Somebody, anybody,
It's
like,
hard to
man.
believe that they like that somebody actually referred them to what they've been releasing. There's no way.
And it's like yo, like I love Air Force Ones, better than a lot of people do. I mean, we from the Midwest, so
Right.
but it's become like, yo, like, don't disrespect the shoe, bro.
Right. And you know what? Actually, the Black History Month Air Force One that they were supposed to drop last year was actually pretty hard, but they never released it.
Released it.
Never released it. I don't know what happened. It was It was probably one of the strongest pair, out of that entire collection from last year. And then, but they do release this crap with the loose threads and all of that. Talking about we made it loose and all of this for you to make it your own.
Like, and like, what are you gonna make your own with the loose threads hanging off? Like, if any, like, like, it's
just give us a Nike by you for Black History Month for 2021, and take it from there. We'll figure out a way to put a meeting together with y'all, because y'all not doing it right.
It's like, man, y'all need to have like a Black caucus for the.
No, seriously. I mean, we're the largest consumers, when it comes to all of this stuff. I mean,
another thing, and one thing that's crazy is, like, because, okay, for Black History Month, for example, y'all have these different artists that y'all work with in collaborations, and a lot of them be Black. I mean, for example, y'all even have Virgil. Why don't y'all y'all have Don C, y'all have all these different people.
Lorenzo, all of them dudes is Black.
Yeah. I mean, y'all have the different female artists that y'all work with now lately. It's like, yo, like, you can, if it's not a collaboration of like all of them you put together in a committee or something like that or whatever, right? You have the Grammys, they have a committee. It's yo, like, you could do something really with Black History Month. And it's not like Black History Month releases don't sell. Like, they most definitely can't pull out no stats and be like, well,
we look forward to what they're gonna release, like official pictures. We be waiting to, like, okay, maybe what they gonna do for even if we know at this point that we haven't been seeing anything impressive, we still want to know what they're gonna do.
Exactly. And you can't
want to buy it. We want to like it so we can buy it. We actually want to buy it.
And you can't tell me where it's like, oh, well, it's only catered to one demographic.
And go there.
Yeah, no disrespect to what I'm about to say. White folks is buying Black History Month releases too. Yeah. So
but even if they weren't, though, we have to remember the facts. Okay, Black people are the #1 consumer in this country. Period. We spend trillions by comparison to every other culture. So you can't even say that, and especially on material things.
Right.
We spend all of our money on that type of thing. So if you're gonna direct something to us, that's the thing to direct to us.
Right. Exactly. So it just they got, and it's not like we saying something new, people. Like, I mean, everybody can agree to this that's in here with us right now. Like, they know they got to do better, man. But I feel like they on purpose don't do better, because they like, we still win it with All-Star Weekend. We just need to keep all our focus, more of our focus on All-Star Weekend. And even All-Star Weekend this year, the 2020 was just lazy for February. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, that's really the main focus of tonight. But all February was just lazy. Like, it's never been this lazy to me in the previous years when it came to All-Star releases and Black History Month releases. Like, this whole month was just lazy.
Oh, for sure. Even how they released a lot of this stuff. I mean, they just threw it out there. You just had to stumble upon the shit.
Like, and even, for example, the Red Threes or whatever. They come out, and then they was only in Chicago for the Chicago release or whatever, right? Everybody's in an uproar. Then they had what happened, Q, where they where they basically shut it down or something like that, and now they're actually gonna and then they actually did the release on sneakers or whatever. So it's just like, it's if you have a set plan, a blueprint about how you're going to do stuff. That's what makes me feel like they just throw stuff together. And once again, it feels lazy this month.
But you know what? The problem with when they do that is that they know either way, even if they implement a strategy, people still gonna be fighting tooth and nail to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're like, we don't even have to try anymore. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's just say this is what we're doing. Let's make it only 23,000 pairs, and and let them kill each other for it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They don't want the negative publicity of people killing each other over the shoes anymore. Ever since the first retro of the Concorde, they don't want that again. What was that, 2012 or whatever? They don't want that again.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, oh well, we're gonna do this, and they most definitely don't want them. They don't want them problems in Chicago.
Right.
During
But that's the
All-Star
thing.
Weekend.
The shoe that they oversaturated was the shoe that not everybody wanted. They
Right,
oversaturated the threes, but not everything else.
right.
No, the New Beginnings pack wasn't
No,
oversaturated. The
no.
fives were available. Like they were more available than obviously the reverse breads, but even with that, they didn't oversaturate it.
And even with the fives were supposed to be like, now, true indeed, it was easier to get, but how would you know it was easier to get?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was easier to get if you were there, like in
Yeah.
Chicago or whatever, from the feedback.
Yep.
But you wouldn't know that unless you were there,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
Because, like, for example, I forget whatever release was last year in Charlotte.
Jeezy mentioned the women's Jordan 1, which is the UNC to Chicago. That was
Mhm.
another. That I believe that one was kind of oversaturated as
It
well.
was
That's
oversaturated too. Yeah, and I knew it was going to be oversaturated when they extended the sizing
mm-hmm.
to what they did, because what they did it all the way up to like a women's 28 or something. I'm exaggerating, but you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like it's
No, you're
you
right.
know,
It went up to about a women's 16.
yeah, it was like a 16 and a half or something like that, which I
Mhm.
believe is, what is that, like a men's 15 or something like that. So
Yeah, something along the lines, 15.
yeah, it's like a men's 15. So basically, once because they've never done that before.
Yeah.
They've never done that before. So that's when it was like, they really are trying to just cater this for the men, and this is not for the women anymore.
Right.
Because, us as
And,
men, including myself, was like, yo, come on, man. Like,
right. And
y'all
I mean,
gotta show love to the size 13s.
it sucks because I feel like at this point, women have proven that if we get the appropriate colorway in women's sizing, we actually get excited about it. And they're not even giving us a chance to show them that if they just make it exclusive for women, it will sell out. They're so
Mhm.
fucking paranoid because they want to make their bottom line that they go ahead and extend the sizes just in case the women don't buy it and then it becomes a flop, and let's make it available so men can wear it just in case.
Just in case, yeah. And any women's release that has ever came out in the last couple of years, I don't know anything that has sat, because if men can wear it,
Mm-hmm.
they been, baby, we got his and hers. Like they do.
I mean, we can't win for losing, boy. I mean,
Yeah.
no disrespect. Like, I know the guys wanted certain things, and some of these colorways that they say are ours, they're unisex. They look unisex. But the
Mhm.
thing is, women have asked for things that aren't pink, lilac, flowery,
Mhm.
and floral, and all that shit. We don't want glitter, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And even when it's been a release where it's been a pink release, these men been out here. They've been out here buying them before the women be able to get them.
yeah.
And they out here first day. They out here sporting them in the wintertime with what was it, with the pink 12s.
Jeezy, those retro 11s were not women. Those were GS. Let's be
Hmm.
clear. And that's another conversation that I continue to try to drive home for men. GS is not women's.
That's grade school. That's just
Grade schools is
not GG.
children. Right. Yeah, GG.
It's not GG.
You guys have to learn the difference before you can comment on that. Okay?
Hmm.
Understand the difference. All right.
But I mean, but even still, in a colorway, like,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously it was supposed to be catered to the women, even though they labeled it as a GS,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's the men still was they was yoking it up, from that hot pink
Yeah.
12s that came out, the pink 11s,
Yeah.
it was a pair of 5s that came out. Dang, I can't remember. It was a pair of 5s that also came out of women's, but like anything women's. Oh, remember when
I think it was like an oil gray or something you talking about that came out in women. The recent
yeah,
one.
yeah.
It was some sort of oil blue or something like that. I forget what it's called, but it was nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it was trash, but even the hot seller was uh uh who had the Jordan 1? Whose shoe was it that had the Jordan 1?
Lady May.
No. I'm talking about before that. When it was pink.
Oh, Serena.
Yeah, Serena.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even her joint was like out of there.
Oh yeah.
Um
Yep. And
so
actually that one did okay.
yeah, no, that one flew. That one that didn't nobody care. It was Serena or Venus.
Right.
That one,
You're right. Yeah.
that one flew. So it's
Yeah.
like
Well, Jeezy, what is he saying? It said women. Okay, maybe it said women, but it still wasn't like it was still like shaped like a GS 11 though.
yeah.
It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And the colors of it, like it was like I'm probably one of the only women that appreciated the Stingray 11. And I say that to say it's not something that women want. We want things that aren't necessarily glittery and velvet and all of these things that they feel that is feminine per se. You know what I'm saying? Like girly or whatever.
Right.
Like we just want things that are dope, that are women's shoes. And that can be, it don't even always have to be exclusive to us. Just make it available in women's sizing. And let's just spread the love. How about this? Let's just always just make it unisex then, and fuck all the exclusive then. If we go
that's how I actually feel. Like when it comes to releases, that everything should just be it should just be unisex. Like at the end of the day, it really should. Now they should still make some exclusive to women, but the majority of everything should just be a unisex.
Yeah.
It really should.
They're starting to kind of move into that a little bit. If you notice, probably in the last 2 years, on the labels, it'll have both the men's and women's sizing on it. To make it seem like it, to give it that perception,
right?
Of unisex or whatever. So if they can just keep that rolling, and now the thing is, I don't know what the answer is for women that have smaller feet, though. I don't know what that answer is. I can't even really comment for those women. Like I can't even be the voice for those women because I don't even know what that part of the struggle is. You know what I'm saying? Because the world is my oyster. I wear size 8 in men. The world is my oyster. There's nothing I can't have. But I do like women's exclusives. I like that we have those options.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's a completely different fight. When you wearing, like for instance, with feet, she wears size 3.
Yeah, she wear like a size 3 or whatever. So I know like
some, yeah,
like if it's if they start something just at a men's size, it's a wrap because a men's size technically starts at 7.5, 7?
Yeah, 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5. So like, that's a difficulty thing out there. But but then there's some stuff that comes out. It's kind of funny because some stuff will come out and it'll be in her size, but it won't come out in men's. But then it's like if it comes out like as an exclusive for that, it's not like it's not looked at the same. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not looked at the same where it's like, oh well, that's just for the little babies or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the problem. It's like she showed a couple of shoes, and I see a few comments in there that I'll kind of touch on, but she showed a couple of shoes where it was like an Aqua 8. And it didn't even have shoestrings. It had the Velcro. Like, yeah. But this is like
Velcro. I'd be like, girl,
this is a grown up that has to walk around with Velcro on her fucking shoe.
I wish I would see her come in sneaker car with a Velcro. I'd be like, girl.
Like, I don't even know what that's a completely different fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, how do you even, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's see, what was I looking at? Extended size, blah blah blah. Oh, Jeezy says smaller feet women don't want to pay 190 or 220. I think if the shoe is the shoe that we want, we will pay that. Or
Yeah.
they will pay that rather. I pay that anyway. I pay the full price. So again, that's a fight that even I can't even speak to. But yeah, I mean, women or smaller feet women are used to paying like that 130, 140 price point. But that's only because that's kind of what's been the norm.
Yeah.
I think that women, smaller feet women would pay the 190 to 200 if it's something that actually looks like it's for an adult.
And if they going up $10 every year, just like they do on men's,
Yeah.
on men's Jordans, like like at the end of the day, they still going to be playing lower than what us men pay.
Yeah.
So like, you got to get with the times, just like we got to get with the time. Don't be mad,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Up, like,
And they should, and I'm pretty sure they will accept it because if you're going from $100 to 110, they ain't like you finna be like, oh my
right.
god. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay $110 now.
Right. It's
Like,
just
come on.
one less trip to Taco Bell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, man. We paying 225, you know what I'm saying, 200. Now, I mean the pine greens that come out this weekend is 170.
Yeah, it's 170. They
You
like
know?
they're slowly starting to inch away at those prices, and I feel like they're heat checking with certain things because certain things would be like 220, certain things would be 170 for the ones or whatever. I feel like they're trying to see if we're gonna pay it so they can stick with it. That's what they're gonna do each time. Like, okay, well, they ain't complaining, they ain't boycotting, so let's go. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's gonna be even with these pine green ones this weekend. It's gonna be I mean, I posted yesterday, I believe. Like, I actually hit on Finish Line app, and I don't never hit on Finish Line app, so I know that's a walk up. That's a walk up situation, and everybody should be good.
okay, well, that says it all. Yeah,
Everybody,
when you went on Finish Line, yeah, they ready.
yeah, for real.
They there.
I know some people said that they took L's on the Finish Line app, but if you nervous, please don't be nervous because if I hit on the sneakers app, I mean on the Finish Line app,
yeah,
everybody good.
absolutely, for sure.
Everybody good.
But yeah,
So
313 says she don't care about the price, so
yeah, but but I mean, 313 Retro Queen. I mean, she's an exception to the rule, though. I mean, for the common, female Joe Schmo out there, like I could see what he's saying, but at the same time, you just can't think about women though, because I mean, kids are wearing that same size also as well, and they mamas is used to paying whatever,
yeah.
going up $4, not to hear they son or they daughter cry.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, a GS, which is a kid's shoe, should be cheaper. So yes, a GS shoe again. A GS shoe is not a women's shoe, people. So yes, a GS shoe is going to be cheaper because that's just kind of how that goes. It's a smaller shoe. It doesn't even, a lot of times it doesn't even have the full set of fabrics that are used on the regular one. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of factors in there. But yeah, man, I listen. This is not a fight that's my own. If I want the shoe, I'm gonna pay for it. Some stuff I'll pay retail for if I want it that bad and not even wait for it to go under. I mean, it just depends on the person, but I really don't feel like, from generally speaking, I don't feel like women would have a problem paying, $170 to $200 for anything. So if they really want it, and if they made the shoe right. So
There's other things that women pay for that's way more than 170 or 200 if it's a if it's a if it's a different brand of a shoe, or or a high-end shoe, or a bag or whatever. So I agree. I don't think it's a big deal about the pricing or whatever for women. I mean, but if you are accustomed to something, I get that. If you are accustomed to this is what it's always been or whatever, that's why I also think where Nike has been doing the test run about doing the $10, whatever, and they like they've been doing it for almost 10 damn years now where they've been going up $10 every year.
It's true. It's true.
It hasn't literally been 10 years, but
and we don't complain. We complain about the materials, but we never complain about the price. Ain't that funny?
because we still running out there because everybody else and their mama said they running out there too. If everybody else running out there, I need to go get them too. At first we be complaining.
Yep.
And so everybody be like, yeah, I'm gonna go pick them up. I'm gonna go pick them up too, and be like, damn,
Right.
yes, I gotta go out there too. So
And then get them in here and be like, oh, these is made like they ain't even care. Oh man.
I'm gonna put them on feet though, so y'all can put them on feet so y'all can see.
But never mention the price though. Never.
No,
Always the materials, but never the price.
we'll complain, but we will wear.
Yeah.
So we can, and that's how these companies are. You know, with Nike and everything, they like y'all can complain all y'all want to. Y'all gonna buy them.
Right.
Y'all gonna buy them. You know, whatever. Even the things it was like, you know, I know a lot of people. You know, they make videos and be like, yeah, I'm gonna sit and all you see how that's this, that, and that's that. Eventually, they will not be sitting there anymore.
Yep.
If it's at that outlet or if it's they still making a profit.
Right. They absolutely are. They're making a profit for sure. Yep.
You know, prime example. You know, rest in peace. But you know, Kobe passed away. Now everything is gone. And a million of his shoes was sitting, all different releases, colorways, everything was sitting. Now you can't go to a Nike outlet and find anything
at all. It's all wiped and it's all overpriced because savages selling some stuff that nobody want a month ago for hundreds.
And it's very temporary. It's not like we get to back to school season and people still gonna be talking about some, man, I want to get those Kobe 10s on but I was looking on StockX and they was $900. Like, come on, like no, like it's
that's crazy.
It's, you know, like people, you know, they live in the moment.
Right. No disrespect to Kobe, but he got very few shoes that's worth $900.
No, that's a fact.
Very few.
That's a fact.
I'm putting it out there. Rest in peace, but come on.
He's had a few releases that were very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, like he's very limited on releases where they were just fire.
Right. Facts.
You know, and we're talking about as a lifestyle shoe, like, you know, you wear out, kick it, hang, or whatever like that. I'm not talking about, you know, strictly technology to play basketball in, and that's all you did. Like he was very limited on that.
Yep.
So
you said it. You said it. Jeezy said the next Kobe to release will be crazy. I don't know. I don't feel like Death will suddenly make his shoe fire. I'm sorry. Like, no disrespect. And even more so now that he's dead because he was very involved.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He was very involved with the design of his shoes. So I really don't know where you're getting that information from, brother. But you know, I hope you're right. I mean, it would be nice to have a nice Kobe release, I guess, at this point.
Like, what they gonna come out with?
I don't know.
What they gonna come out? The man dead. Like, what they gonna come out with?
He was very involved with the design of his shoes. So
know this. Like, what are they gonna come out? The man is dead, and what are they gonna call him? The RIPs, the RIP 11?
Yeah, like, can't say AD because you know they pretty much prophesied his death then. After death, well, shit, they should have put the AD out now. AD me after death.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, I'm like, I don't know what they're gonna call him, man. Like, for real, they're gonna do a Lakers colorway. Just, you know, like BX. They're talking about a Kobe 5 Lakers on March 26th. I mean, they can retro his sneakers or whatever like that. But once again, it feels like they living in, like, Nike's living in the moment. We trying to get all this money we can off this man's death.
That's it.
Or whatever. So if they do something like that, that's what it's gonna feel like. They most definitely need to come out with whatever, you know, like whatever sneakers that were his hottest sneakers.
Oh man, this is the time. Whatever with his blazing sneakers, like the most demand, the Grinch, all that stuff. Like
They were doing that. They were doing that before he died. Let's
that's
keep it real. They had already started doing that
yeah,
before he died, where
that,
they were bringing out the different hottest releases that he had.
right. And that's what
So
I'm saying. Jeezy, what he said. They said they already called one Kobe a eulogy. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They already caught all the deaths. They already released all the dead shoes.
they'll come out with some life after death 12s. Like I don't.
Really. Mambasita twos. 313 said Mambasita twos.
Come
Man,
out with some what's
that
his
would be
wife name? Vanessa's or something like.
the Vanessa.
If,
The
if
Vanessa
they did a
twos.
dedication, if they did a dedication sneaker to Gigi, that would be dope. As a concept,
The
that would be dope.
Mambasita. That's what he's saying. The Mambasita twos.
And whatever Kobe sneaker that she used to wear playing basketball in, if
Mm-hmm.
they came out with that and they dedicated it or they did a concept
Mm-hmm.
to her, that would sell, and that would also be catered to girls or women.
Yeah.
And this is the time because women's sneakers are just anything women. Period. Women empowerment right now
Yeah.
is the new black.
That's facts. This you said it. I can't even put more on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said all eyes on me sixes. Yeah, I play too much. The dead shoes though. Yeah, the dead shoes 313. Like for real, like they brought out the AD, which is after death. They brought that out like 4 years ago. And then the eulogy, like what Jeezy was saying, I think the eulogy was the 11 or something like that. I forget, but
Um, I think so because the last sneaker like he actually played in was the 10,
it was
and
the
then was it the 11?
yeah, because 11 had the fade to black one, the one that everybody that was at that last game got.
Okay.
Yeah. That black and gold one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did I said? BX said, do y'all think they'll ever re-release the Grinch? I think they're gonna do Kobe sneakers like whatever his hottest sneakers were. I think they're gonna do Kobe like they do Jordan.
Yeah, they can do the Grinch again this year. That would be interesting for Christmas.
I mean, people have been asking for it for the last couple of years anyway. To be honest with you, so
Yeah,
the time is now.
people gonna go nuts, and then the people that paid an arm and a leg for it gonna be pissed.
Yeah, and so then another thing too, though, like whoever has been sitting on it and never wore it, and if they re-release it, then they gonna instantly be trying to sell it
Mm-hmm.
because I mean you know how the market is, you know how it goes or whatever. But,
They release the price goes down.
right, exactly. For example, like the Flints are gonna come out this year. When they finally come out, people whoever have been sitting on the Flints, they gonna be trying to get rid of them while they can.
Mm-hmm.
Because the market isn't going to be the same on the older model.
Yep.
They've been
I mean, we already know the Flint gonna be highly available. So anybody that's been waiting, you gonna get your shot.
Get your shot. Yeah.
Just saying. But
Cherry 12. If they actually finally do it.
Yeah.
That's another sneaker, whatever. So
it's cool. That's clean. I might actually try to get that myself.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But the Flint, I'm not the biggest fan of the Flint, so I might let y'all cook on that one. I'm probably gonna pass on that.
I'm a 13 fan. I'm not as big of a 13 fan as I am of other numbers, but I am a fan of the 13. Like I love that he got games.
Yes, that's my favorite. Yeah.
That's my favorite colorway out of the 13. I'm not big on like the playoff or the bread, whatever you want to call it.
The playoff is a waste to me. I don't know why people going crazy over that playoff.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I really don't get it. The one concept that I did like that wasn't an OG colorway was the neon green joint, the all black with the neon green. But I forget the name of it. Starts with A.
I forget what it's called. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure somebody can remember in the comment section or whatever.
It dropped again like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it just dropped like 2 years ago. That one was dope.
Mm-hmm.
That one was dope. Because that one really catered towards the Altitude 13. Yeah, that's it, Jeezy.
Okay. Yeah.
That one, think BX said it too, because that one really catered to the Black Panther. Because remember back in the day when they had the poster, or they had the, like when they had, and they showed like the Black Panther, and I didn't even know the hologram represented the.
Right, yeah, that's crazy.
Know that back in the day, I was just like, yo, they got a hologram on the side. I didn't know none of that stuff when we was coming up.
Right,
So
me either. That's crazy. We just liked it. We just liked the shoe. We saw it walking around. We didn't know all the extra shit.
nobody know about that stuff.
But yeah, 2 was actually pretty decent. But again, I'm not a big 13s fan. I have the 13s I've ever cared about, which is the He Got Game and the black and red. So I'm pretty much good.
Yeah. So I mean, but I guess getting back into it, February was trash. I don't know how y'all feel, in the comment section. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about February. Me personally, February was trash, and this is the worst February in years. Because for me, it was lazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was no effort put into it. It was very much like they gonna buy it just here, and it was no effort at all for Black History Month, obviously, because I mean you just had the main thing to come out for Black History Month releases was that Air Force One.
That's it.
Like, I mean, obviously we talked about it with the Chuck Taylors and everything. I'm talking about Nike.
Right.
You talking about the second best thing was that 95? Neither one of them represent Black History Month at all.
And the 95 actually looks cool, but it's not BHM.
Yeah, it doesn't represent BHM at all.
Yeah. It'll probably go down as the worst BHM. And I mean, there's some folks that actually bought the Air Force One talking about fashion, but I'm like, listen, do your fashion thing, but this has nothing to do with what this thing
at all. Like, I mean,
right.
you can spin it however way you want.
Yeah.
Because then if you can be like, oh, it's fashion, I flipped it like this or whatever, whatever. It does not represent Black History Month at all.
My nephew talking.
So that's just very frustrating for me. BX said worst BHM ever when it comes to sneakers. So Jesus said trash. It's just I don't know.
I mean, for me personally, that's why I went in a completely left direction. Like, I ain't got the Space Jam pack. I ain't caring nothing about none of the other stuff. Everybody else was chasing all of the Jordans and that whole lineup. Yeah. I never cared about any of that. So for me, obviously, I mean, if I had to choose in terms of that stuff, yeah, it was absolutely trash. Because I actually got stuff I actually really wanted, like in my heart, it was perfectly fine for me. I'm good.
Yeah. I bet you one thing though. I bet you any money, like I bet you they won't drop the ball on like Air Max Day. Because now we about to come up on March and everything is gonna be Air Max, whatever like that.
They still haven't barely showed anything for that. Yeah. They've been dropping the 90s, obviously colorways. But right.
Wait till this weekend. Wait till this weekend. Then all of a sudden your sneakers out go ding 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 ding. You be like, oh.
I mean, wow. I would love for them to drop something nice for Air Max Day or month or whatever the case. And that would be dope. Like, I want to see a fire Air Max 90. I feel like the City Pack has some good entries on that guy. That Tokyo, that's still on my hit list. I don't know if you saw the City Pack from this year, the Air Max 90s, but if they do something different, cool. Or even, give us a Nike by you. We'll take that even. If y'all can come up with that, give us a Nike by you. Let us do our own thing. But make sure it gets delivered before Air Max Day, Nike. Because then it'll be worthless. We want to wear our design on Air Max Day.
So then they would literally have to do like how they did with the Levi release. If they did like a Nike ID, that you only got like 48 hours or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe max like 5 days. Like it would have to literally be like this weekend, like maybe start like literally Saturday, Saturday first, and then you went like Saturday, Sunday, maybe like all the way up to like Monday morning or something like that. And
Yeah.
that's it. For you to get it like the day of.
Right. Yeah. And 313 said they already have one, but do they have 313? Do they have like unlimited like options though? I'm talking about we trying to really cook up.
Mm.
I ain't talking about no just put some color blocking on the spots where they put the OG colors at on just the swoosh and then around the air bubble and then that's pretty much it.
Oh, matter of fact, did you see I saw it on Twitter on the J23 app on Twitter. They showed if you go on Nike right now,
Mm-hmm.
you can Nike ID all the OG colorways for the Jordan 1s, but it's in an Air Force One. So you can do it like in the Chicago 1 colorway,
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
in the red colorway. You can do it in the like in the shadows.
Okay.
It was like 4 or 5 different colorways or whatever. I seen it on Twitter though. I literally almost hit the trigger when I saw that Chicago colorway,
Right.
like the Chicago 1 colorway, because that looked fire. And I don't think I've never seen an Air Force One done like
You
that.
know what? I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I could see that working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the color blocking, like the way they select. Because I mean,
Yeah.
let's keep it real. Like the Air Force One is it's the same platform. You know, they both the same platform.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the way that they had it set up, it looked nice.
Okay.
It looked nice, especially the Chicago colorway. The rest of them was like, oh, okay, whatever.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Something about
Chicago,
Chicago colorway. There's
yeah,
something about it. You know.
that Chicago colorway was nice.
They could put
So
that Chicago colorway on the Air Max One, the Air Max 90, like what you said, the Air Force One.
mm. And they got that Jordan 4 coming out in the Air Max 95. Was like that mashup where it's like the Air Max 95, the neon joint, the OG neon joint, but it's supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
like I personally don't like it, but live up to the hype. Everybody's like, oh, it's dope. I personally don't think it's,
I'm kind of over mashups now. I mean,
yeah.
let's just move along here. Like, what we doing? Like, and that's just another one of those add-ons to what you mentioned, how Nike is being lazy sometimes. I think that those are lazy efforts. But maybe that's just me. I don't know, but I don't know. But yeah, I would love to have like if they don't come up with nothing dope, just give us that Nike by You with a crazy amount of options and just let us cook up and then flaunt our design on Air Max Day.
Mm-hmm. I think that would be dope because they most definitely not gonna drop the ball on Air Max Day or Air Max Month. They about to show some different releases that's gonna come out for next month.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be something for St. Patty's and all that mess.
And I
So
bet they'll do a St. Patty's better than they would do the daggone Black History Month.
that's what I'm saying. I bet you they don't drop the ball on St. Patty's, which is one day compared to a whole. This is 29 days this year.
Exactly. I'm like, man.
So
Yeah, but I agree. All in all, like generally speaking, yes, the February releases were pretty terrible.
yeah,
By comparison, though. By comparison.
yeah. By comparison to previous years,
Yeah.
because Black History Month has always been in previous years, like neck and neck with All-Star Weekend releases.
Mm-hmm.
They've always went hand in hand with each other. This year it just seemed like, and don't get it twisted, like All-Star Weekend releases this year wasn't all that either. I'm saying as a whole for Nike
Mm-hmm.
and other brands, Adidas, all of them. I don't even know what Adidas even dropped this year. Like it's because last year they was busting Nike over the head.
All they're doing this year so far, is celebrating they're celebrating the Shell Toe, the superstar.
Mm-hmm.
I think what is this, like the 40th year or something like that?
Okay.
So they're doing different versions of that. I know there was like a Fat Tiger workshop or Joey Fresh Goods or something like that collab that they dropped during All-Star Weekend. So it was like multiple pairs of that. That rivalry is like a rivalry with that's an olive color.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. But and all in all, I don't feel like Adidas is doing anything particularly innovative too much. Of course, they got the Yeezy, and I even have to even mention Yeezy, but the basketball sneaker that dropped during All-Star Weekend, that Sunday it dropped.
Yeah.
Which actually didn't turn out to be that bad. Okay, I'm saying this publicly, people. The Yeezy basketball sneaker is not that bad. I just hate that it's his shoe. Therefore,
Yeah.
I cannot even partake in it.
The only thing for me, like I know some people like that really wanted. I know like Retro Young really wanted it or whatever. The
Hmm.
only thing for me, like for Yeezy to have a basketball shoe, it's like, bro, you don't even hoop. Like you're not even a basketball player, so it's like it's funny to me.
Exactly.
It's funny to me. Like I don't if you're not catering to a basketball player,
Hmm.
why have a basketball shoe?
I mean, just the another add-on to the random stuff he does,
That's like Deion Sanders having a basketball shoe.
basically.
You know, they come out with some Bo Jackson, some Bo Jackson basketball shoes. They'd be like, we know Bo knows, you know, but Bo
Right.
didn't know basketball. All right, Bo didn't play
Right.
basketball like
At least
that. All right,
they kept his shoes in the right vein of baseball and football, you know.
yeah,
So it's
it's
like
to the lifestyle shoe. You winning, but you know, like
it's yeah. I don't know. But maybe he started designing those just because there were some like stunters out there, Nick Young and PJ Tucker and those guys were coming out balling in Yeezys or whatever. So maybe he figured, yeah, why not make a basketball shoe? They wearing the lifestyle stuff on the court, so
they was wearing Nike Yeezys.
the PJ was, but Nick Young was wearing Yeezy.
Yeah,
I don't know
that
how that worked out. I don't know what made him think that was a good idea.
I don't know either. But he don't play defense no way. So.
Well, that's a fact. So therefore, he can wear Yeezys because he ain't got
Bo
to.
definitely ain't in the league this year too. So
You know what? I noticed he disappeared. That's because he
yeah,
played too much. He played
yeah,
too much. You know, he doing everything besides being serious about his game, but
exactly.
trying to be a rock star.
Uh,
But
well,
yeah,
hell, Bo is an athlete. That's true. And that's what I'm saying. Like, but Bo is an athlete, but that's where they kept it at though. Bo was an athlete, so he had cross trainer
yeah,
shoes. Key emphasis on cross trainer. He, you
yeah.
know, you could play football in it, you could play baseball in it. You know what I'm saying? You could even mess around on, you know, on the court, on the basketball court a little bit if you wanted to.
Right.
I wouldn't advise it, but you know what I'm saying, if you wanted to in Bo, but something that's specifically for a basketball shoe, like you're not gonna see a Bo Jackson basketball shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Never saw him play basketball.
Yep.
So
I mean,
what
I don't know. I'm just ready for this whole Yeezy train to be over. You ask me.
yeah, yeah.
The sooner it's over, the sooner we can just get back to the purists and what we like. So
Still doing the 350. Like, is there any other colorway that they could do in the 350 and it'd be like, man,
I mean, they just grasping at straws at this point, in my opinion. Like that shoe is about 4 years old now. Like, what are we doing?
4 years old, and what they about to come out with the doodoo brown 350s now or
Yeah.
something like that?
Well, they did the Earth. The Doodoo Brown was the Earth one. It
Yeah,
came out. It came out this past weekend. I
that's
got another one. Yeah, I got another one that's coming out that basically they all look the same to me. I don't even know how people are differentiating between any of them at this point.
no, it's ridiculous, man. I'm not a fan, but it's people keep buying, so it's like, hey, what do I know? Because people keep buying, so
Well, we still kind of had that crowd of people that they're not in it for the love of sneaker culture. They're just in it for the cool of it. And Yeezys are still a part of the cool. So as long as Yeezys are cool, they're still gonna do numbers. So
I need the easy train to run off the track.
JD said Earth Clay needs soil or something.
Yeah.
When Medicine Ball came out, I was hyped. Yeah, like stuff like that, Jeezy. Like people will literally sleep on the Medicine Ball.
Mhm.
But as soon as a Yeezy 350 that has that same color blocking drop, it's curtains.
Mhm.
They find a way to like it.
it's been a serious upgrade in the Chinese New Year releases too.
Oh yeah, I feel like they did really good with their MX-90 this year too.
Yeah, they killed that.
Mm-hmm.
And just in everything that they have catered to Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
So it's like, so for me, is it like, are y'all giving Chinese New Year more emphasis to that, and
Mhm.
and that's taken away from Black History Month? Now
Well,
that we're sitting here talking about it, because
I feel like Chinese New Year is because, I mean, it's a very gaudy thing, right? It's overly decorated, so I think that that allows them the canvas to just be random with it, and it just happens to work itself out.
because
With yeah, go ahead.
Chinese New Year, and my fault, Chinese New Year is more, to me it seems like it's now because of the releases, and it's gotten a little bit more hyped up. Chinese New Year is more international, so it's like, well, we're gonna get more money on an international basis with Chinese New Year compared to Black History Month. So
Mm-hmm.
now that we're sitting here talking about it, I feel like it's more emphasis on the Chinese New Year, which is taken away from Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
Because in their minds, once again, Black History Month is very narrow minded.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really not, whatever.
But I mean, also consider the fact that they kind of make a lot of those shoes, so
Right.
the hype is gonna be there anyway. Like they make those shoes. That's like a shoestring to them. So
So, most definitely when it comes to Chinese New Year, anything releases or whatever, them people over there, they just as bad, if not worse, when it comes to buying sneakers.
absolutely.
You know.
They're like, let me tell you something. Those people are very fashion forward. They be
Mhm.
fresh to death. When I tell you, I be like, dang. Like when I see, when I see some young, I, I'm trying not to be racist with my terminology.
PC,
I feel like,
PC.
dang, that Chinaman is fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they way more fashion forward, like than a lot of people. Shoot, they more fashion forward than some of us sometimes.
Right. And
But
and
then
it's
I
and
have
it's
to remember they make that stuff. Like that's normal. That ain't nothing to them.
There's nothing new to them. They've been doing this.
Yeah, they make that stuff. So
So it's
yeah, Asian.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like maybe that's what they're thinking over there. In the boardrooms. When it comes to Nike or whatever. I don't know, but they most definitely have been doing a bigger focus on Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
They've been hitting. It hasn't been a hit or miss thing. No, they've been
Nice
hitting.
ones. Yes, it's been some nice pairs out there. I have a couple on my hit list that I'm waiting
Mhm.
for the trigger on. So it's been a minute.
So I mean, they've been hitting. Um, but I feel like that the BHM has been taken away, and maybe the more focus, that's where the more focus has went to, because there hasn't been a more or less focus when it comes to All-Star Weekend releases or whatever.
Hmm. Hmm.
I feel like they could have did a better job this year, but I don't feel like it was like they took away a little bit from from All-Star Weekend this year. I just think that they could have just did a little bit of a better job.
Right.
Um,
They went with the hype train. I mean, think about everything that they did release. It was all, supposedly geared around just hype based things. So again, think about it. The reverse breads came out the weekend before All Star Week. Then you have the new beginnings, which came out like that Monday or Tuesday.
mhm,
The Chicago 3 came out that Tuesday for sure.
yeah,
The Chicago version of it.
right.
Um, and then what? The Off Whites came out that Friday.
All
Or
Boys came
Saturday?
out. Yeah, All Boys came out that Friday.
Yeah, I'm missing something because it was releases every single day that week. But
Yeah,
um, they definitely went with the hype train. They didn't go with creativity or anything that seemed like it was all star specific. Like there was nothing that was released that said this is All Star Weekend.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is All Star Weekend 2020. So if somebody that wants to collect All Star like yearly All Star shoes was looking for something this year, there was nothing that said that.
What? To be honest with you, another point.
Hmm.
What was really catered to Chicago besides, and once again, the red threes, that was lazy.
Right.
Put in Shy on the back, whatever, and then you had to make the general release a week later. But that was lazy. What was really catered? I understand, like we going back to '88, and Q did her video on that. Y'all check it out. But going back to '88 and all that stuff like that, she talked about it on the Snickers app. Go check that out. You know, you know what I'm saying? But, and so it's like I get that, but I still feel like it was lazy though. Like there was plenty other releases that y'all had,
and then, the problem. Another problem too is because with it being in Chicago, Jordan is Chicago. Mm-hmm. So pretty much releasing any Jordan at any point during that weekend with the events being in Chicago, I guess they felt like would be for Chicago because that's kind of that's the blood of it. You know what I'm saying? So
they could have did a release with the Chicago. I'm not talking about the Chicago Bulls colorway, but the actual Chicago colorways with the Carolina blue and red and white. Like they could have did something. They could have, saying that actually, you got the UNC to Chicago, but that's the UNC to Chicago. I'm literally talking about something for All-Star Weekend that is catered to Chicago. Mm-hmm. When you think about previous releases for All-Star Weekends, they actually cater something to the city itself, whatever, like that actual city.
What about Don C's Air Force One? Would that count?
Yeah, but this year, Don C's Air Force One was very on the tuck. It wasn't like it was like
right.
Once again, they was lazy this year about like putting out there like.
Look, I think they're starting to not necessarily work less with Don C, but I think he has slim pickings now. Because his entries haven't been as successful as that too. Like everything after that too has been kind of like in terms.
But they haven't given him a Jordan to work with though. Well, after that too, if you think about it though, because they gave
one after that, right?
They gave what was the one after them was that all white yeah, but it wasn't an official Air Force One. It was a
It was Air Force One, a 2, and a 3. It was all in one.
In one. Yeah, it was that mashup. Yeah.
Yep. So I just sold my pair. That's funny you mentioned that one. I was never gonna wear that shoe. I had to let it go. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they don't give him the best silhouettes, but again, that just goes to show, in my opinion, that they're not necessarily giving him the better silhouettes to work with now. Virgil, I feel like Virgil can choose whatever he wants. Virgil has designed every single shoe that we can think of that's a popular Nike silhouette.
And just off his name, he
has a 1. He has a Jordan 1. He has an Air Force 1. He has an Air Max 90. He has a Presto. He has a Blazer. He has, keep naming them. Jordan 5.
Taylor.
Yeah, Chuck Taylor. Like he has every single classic. Yeah, he has a silhouette, or he has every single classic silhouette under the Nike brand.
Even the new stuff like that shit was trash. That what was that? It was like was it a track shoe or something like that? Like it went to the outlet.
Oh yeah. I don't even know what that thing is called. It was a crazy looking shoe. Y'all remember with the spikes under it, y'all? Yeah. It has spikes and stuff.
I forget the name of it.
Or shoestrings and stuff on it.
Somebody probably knows. Like, put it in the comment section, y'all. But it was that shit was trash. But it went to the outlet. Now, once it went to the outlet, people was like, "Oh man."
The Vapor Street, is that what it was?
Yeah, I guess.
Vapor Street.
I wasn't checking for it, so
that's why I don't know either. But yeah, that one was trash. But even then, even that just shows the diversity of how they let him. That all of Nike's portfolio is Virgil's oyster.
Yeah, and he literally just off his name, like he has. When it comes to Nike, like he literally basically he has a black card. Like he can walk into Nike and be like, "Yo, I feel like doing that. I feel like doing this." And they can be like, "Okay."
Yeah, basically, and that's the difference that I feel like with him and Don C right now. Yeah. Don C get through peanuts, and Virgil pretty much get the whole spread, the whole dime. the dining area.
Because Virgil, because off of his name, he's never had a miss. He's never missed a shot that he ain't that he's took when it comes to them. And also as well, his resume, his current resume, like his resume is still hot, like he's still on fire, like he
Hmm.
still keeps himself relevant at all times. When it comes to Don C will be blazing for a second, and then he will go hide up under a rock on purpose. Whatever. You have Virgil, where Virgil's still working with Louis Vuitton and doing other things, whatever. Like
Right.
he keeps himself, very much, you know, in front of your face.
Right. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, Virgil is a actual designer in my opinion. By comparison,
Mhm.
that to me is typically the difference. I mean, I'm not sure what Don C was doing so much so before he was doing the sneakers. I know he had like the little shorts with the Just Don and all that stuff on there.
Doing the hats, and he started off with the hats and the different things like that.
Right. But that's
Just being
essentially
Kanye West friend.
right. But that's essentially just putting a logo on something.
Mhm.
Whereas opposed to with Virgil, he actually like deconstructs stuff and
Yeah.
just gives it a twist. And I think that's probably more so what they're looking for, and he provides that. So I don't know, but I do know. I mean, you said he probably hide under a rock in a couple of years. I feel like Don C, from general speaking, I
Mhm.
feel like most people ain't checking for a Don C anymore.
Uh,
Yeah,
but that Don C release this year,
yeah,
which they gave no promo on at all,
yeah,
that release was fire.
for sure. I feel like the KD was too, but
Fire.
again, nobody's checking for it like that, especially if you don't understand that blue and that red, how that goes. That's a Chicago. That's
Uh,
straight Chicago.
Yeah, that's straight Chicago. That's straight Chicago, and
And then you're not gonna go for that.
right, and it's one of those shoes. It's like you see it after the fact, and you be like, "That's Don C shoe. That shoe is fire." But once again, they put no marketing into it at all whatsoever.
Hmm.
Whatever, and I feel
Wait,
like
is it him though? I mean, because every time I see his shoes get revealed, so to speak, is from his lady. His lady is taking the picture and posted it or something like that. It's never like him, like, hey y'all, this is what I'm cooking up, blah blah blah. Like we never see him being the one until it's an event. Like he's at the event doing the little panel talks and all of that, but prior to a release, we don't really see him.
right, yeah,
I don't even know what would be the strategy for him because the current
that's
one,
true.
I feel like people aren't really checking for it. So
That's true. That's very much true. Unless he just thinks like, yo, just off my name alone and the way it looks is gonna sell itself. Like I don't. The only person that can do that right now is Travis Scott.
that's it. That's it. That's all. And he actually at least has good music to back it up.
Right. Exactly.
So
And,
the very
and
least we can say he ain't the most attractive guy, but and that's just speaking from a woman perspective, that little piece. But I mean, in terms of his shoes, like a lot of his shoes is pretty fire. Those dunks I can't really get with because it's bandana, and I feel like I'm too old to be rocking a bandana of any sort.
right,
But he has good music to go with a lot of these like popular releases. So there's
right.
something to be said with that, you know what I mean? So
And I feel like he very much has he's on the Virgil landscape where he can literally go to Jordan
hmm
and be like, I want to do this, and they'd be like, all right,
yeah.
you
People
know.
people checking for Travis Scott. People he sell out shows. Like people, you saw Beyonce and Jay-Z go to Travis Scott shows. Like,
Mhm.
I mean,
He's very much hot right now. He
yeah,
has he hasn't missed a shot that he's taken.
yeah.
So the Jordan and Nike situation is very much. I feel like his situation is even bigger than Kanye West's situation. What it was when he was with Nike, I feel it's bigger because
Hmm.
um, I mean, obviously he's came out with more releases. First of all, he has. I feel like Nike learned their lesson from when they had Kanye West and they didn't give him they didn't give him the freedom that he wanted compared to Travis is like, yo, like I come out with this, bam, it sells out, it goes crazy. I come out with this, bam, it goes crazy, whatever.
Even that, like, even the type of freedom that you're speaking of with Travis Scott is the type of freedom that Kanye didn't find to be freedom. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's freedom to a Travis Scott and a Drake. But for Kanye, who is an innovator, he wants to start to shoot from freaking scratch. So that's why you had the Air Yeezy. The Air Yeezy wasn't in existence prior to that silhouette.
Yeah.
That's its own silhouette. What, two of them, right? It's 1 and 2.
Yeah, just 1 and 2.
Yeah, so it's like that's its own silhouette. He wants to create. He doesn't want to slap Cactus Jack on a Jordan 4. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to slap a OVO on a Jordan 8.
Yeah. That's true. That's very much true. But that once again though, I feel like Nike learned their lesson because they had Kanye and it was like, yo, like he never missed a shot that he took. He came up with his own creations, you know, whatever, and they knocked it out, you know, he knocked it out the park. So, and when they lost, he was like, never again. So even if I feel like Travis Scott wanted to come, I feel like he puts his input in these different sneakers, but they are their own silhouette. They are their own platform. Right. And then he just adds, he just puts some shake and bake to it. You know, he just put some seasoning salt on it. Really? And it's like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just added lemon pepper to the chicken and
I mean, that's a good analogy though. That's exactly what happens. So
that's literally what he did.
I'll be completely honest, you know, for somebody who does not consider themselves a Jordan head and just going into Travis Scott, like I feel like most of his J's is fire. Like the 1 is dope. The low you can keep, but I mean it's basically the same shoe. The 6 is cool. I like that little pocket on there. I like the color. You know what I mean? It's a good fall color. That Cactus Jack 4, that's actually on my hit list. So like that's one of the ones where I would go back and try to grab and when I'm ready to pull the trigger for what it costs to get it, you know. And I can't say that for an OVO.
Yeah, because for Drake releases, which I feel like he will sign back to Nike or whatever like that. But I feel like he'll sign to like how Travis Scott has his situation. I feel like Drake will do when he does sign back with them, where it will be like a cross platform or a 2-way deal where it's Nike and Jordan.
Yeah.
Because when he was just with Jordan, all his stuff was black, white, and gold.
That's it.
Black, white, and gold. Like it was very much. It was plain Jane. It's sold out, obviously, whatever. But I feel like
then they tried to milk the Toronto thing with the Toronto 4. They tried to milk that because he's from there. So, but there was no creativity around that. It was just the Raptors colors. Like it was originally supposed to be an OVO, but then I think his contract ended before it officially dropped, so it became just a regular Toronto or Raptor 4. And eventually he just put his little signature on the tongue. Ain't that
that was trash.
Why?
Chappelle said, "What if Kanye went back to Nike? Adidas might as well file bankruptcy."
I would look out for a Nike Kanye shoe.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I would look out for that. You know, I still can't buy it for my own moral reasons, but I would be looking for it. Like, hey,
if he was to sign back to Nike, do you know how fast they would re-release the Yeezy 2 and raise the price from what it already was?
I ain't gonna lie, them Air Yeezys is fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, I might have to bend the law and get them solar red.
You know how bad Nike wants to come back out with Red October colorway stuff.
Ooh, you know they fiending for it. You know they want to do it.
Red October thing. That's what I'm saying. You know they fiending to come back out with some Red October anything.
Come on now. They've been trying to make that Kyrie look like the Air Yeezy for how long?
Yeah, and then every time he comes out with a sneaker, they do it. They do a Nike ID situation for him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I already know. You know, that's how Nike rock anyway. They would have been pulled the trigger on re-releasing all them colors by now.
Right.
Because they did numbers like that. And the way that the Red October launched, the way that it did, like randomly the way it did. Yeah. Ooh. Man, Nike itching. Let me tell you that.
Tell you, yeah, that would be that. Adidas would have to file bankruptcy because it would be because
it would be done. It would be done. Like I love like through and through blood, heart, and soul to Adidas for what it brought to the culture, just from a hip hop perspective. You know, it made a lot of what we know sneakers to be today possible just because of the cool that it created within the culture. But man, Adidas could not come up with anything if Kanye was not there. Like a lot of the lifestyle things they've done have been because of the success of Yeezy. Yeezy has funded a lot of the innovation that Adidas has done lately.
That's a fact.
Let's be clear.
It's just, like Kanye for them right now is literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, thank you. Look. Yeezy does so well for Adidas that Adidas can just like try stuff. Like they got the liquidity to just try things that may or may not work. Like they got this fusion with the 4D and the ZX that's supposed to come out, I think, in March.
Okay.
Like it's like it just looks like a hybrid. Obviously, it's actually pretty dope. But things like that they wouldn't have never tried if they didn't have the liquidity that comes from Yeezy. Like they weren't innovative. They weren't innovative. It was the NMD, the Ultra Boost, and Yeezy. That was the most innovative thing they had brought out in like 30 years.
They would be broke, man. Like it would be, they would desperately be trying to say, for instance, if Kanye left them and he went back to Nike, they would desperately be trying to sign somebody like Drake right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like to cover the loss of losing somebody as big as Kanye, because if they was to lose Kanye, they know like right now, like Kanye has so much leverage right now. Like he literally could be like, I want to come out with whatever, my own version of the Crocs.
Right.
Whatever you want to do, Kanye. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like they like, Massa Kanye. Like that's how they look at him right now.
Yep, he can do what he wants. I'm sorry for the Beehive out there, but ain't no Ivy Park gonna cover that loss.
Mm-mm.
That Ivy Park collab, not gonna cover the loss, bro. It's not gonna do it.
Not at all, man.
No, it's not gonna cover that loss.
So and that's why Nike isn't losing, because it's like y'all just have dude, and don't get it twisted. We the Ray J of the situation. We hit it first. We the Ray J of the situation.
I mean, you got a point. I mean,
you know they like, yo, you just got dude. We actually made dude to where he at on a sneaker level.
Seriously.
So y'all can have him because y'all just got him.
This is why Adidas will never win, though. Think about it. That Air Yeezy is not as a part of Nike's portfolio, which is in addition to the portfolio that they have just in general. I mean, think about all of the silhouettes throughout the years. There's a reason why Nike is able to survive and be the leader off of just making new colorways for old silhouettes. Their catalog, their portfolio is crazy. It's crazy. They could go a whole year without creating a new innovation.
Yep.
And won't lose a beat.
That's a fact.
And won't lose a beat. You know what I mean? That says a ton. That says a ton. Like,
I mean, because even thinking about it, even with Kanye, like Adidas, like, you know, they came out with the Yeezy, you know, they came out with the Boost technology. Mm-hmm. That wasn't new technology. They stole that technology from Reebok, which Reebok got it from 3M, because because the boost is made by 3M. They got that because that's really Hexalite technology,
Right.
which was it, which was in the which was in the Iverson. They was in the questions.
Right. And
It
I
goes
mean,
it goes back to 95, 96. I'm sorry. It goes back to 96.
mhm.
So
I mean, even with the Ultra Boost, I mean, it's like the Ultra Boost ain't what's making people run to a shoe.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, the shoe becomes comfortable, but that's after the fact. It's the look of the shoe that made you come to the shoe.
Yep.
If it happens to be comfortable, then cool.
Mhm.
So I mean,
That's another situation about just nowadays. Like Adidas, like they've always been lazy, but Adidas cater. They don't cater to. They don't cater to the eye test.
right.
They don't really give 2 cents that much about the eye test. If it's mad comfortable, that's what's gonna sell for us. We're more so trying to sell to the old person.
Yeah. The quality too, though.
Yeah.
I will say they've maintained great quality throughout the years in a way in which Nike would never. Nike would charge you $20 extra just to get some quality thread.
That's a fact. But what's funny about Nike though, because once again, they'll charge us $250 for better quality than what they do for a $190 or $200 release. But then it'll be a 160 Jordan 1, and it would be the same old. They could have did better quality leather, and at the same time, we'll come out with the same price and put better leather on the same silhouette sneaker, and it will be, but they don't change the price, and it'd be like, why don't y'all do that with all the rest of them then?
Right. That's the part that I would never understand either.
And it will be a general. It won't even be like, oh, this was a limited release. No,
Right.
it will still be a general release. Nothing special about it. And you know what I noticed too? Lately, they've been doing is nobody buys mids. They've been putting better quality leather on mids than what they've been doing on highs.
Well, that typically the shoe that nobody cares about has the best quality. I mean, let's just keep it real. It's always been that way.
That's very true.
You can have a closet full of stuff that the general public cares nothing about, and that shoe will last you 30 years, and it looks like the same as when you bought it 30 years ago. I will never understand it, but it's always been that way. Every single Adidas shoe I've ever had was just a fantastic quality. Like I just don't know how to describe it. I don't know what Nike is doing, and I don't understand. Like what you said, it's almost like we do know that they make different Jordans at different factories. We get that part.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you make the same silhouette with the same price point? One is synthetic, one is a little bit better. I don't get it. Why not be consistent? Like, what's so hard about being consistent? We pay enough.
You know, it's a good example. Q is remember them Laney 5s that had recently came out.
Yes.
Not the white one, but the recent one.
Right. It was the blue with the
The first production of that shoe had better, whatever you want to call it, nubuck suede. Then it came out. Then when it came out or whatever like that, there's two different. You can tell it was made in two different warehouses or whatever. Because I think it had two different production dates, but one of the batches had better nubuck suede, and then like the last batch that they made had trash nubuck suede. Well, it wasn't nubuck suede. It was very, like, I don't even know what to call it. It was imitation as ever. It had no brushstrokes at all. The first batch they made had brushstrokes, and so even when it hit the stores and it was sitting out on display, you looking at it like, man, it looked like that shoe been touched on a million times with greasy, nasty hands or whatever. Like, but no, that's actually how the shoe came.
Yeah.
So
Who's the head of quality control around them parts? Like it, but again, it just goes to show like we'll never complain about the price, but we always complain about the quality when it should be one and the same for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't care that much. Like we just rather have a shoe, whether it's good or not. We just insist on having that shoe, whether it means that it's trash
Yeah.
made, so to speak.
Yeah, it's gotten too lazy. It's gotten too lazy. But I don't know. I'm still optimistic about 2020. I still feel like 2020 is going to be overall a lazy year. It ain't.
Mhm,
It's not going to be as dope as other years as far as releases. It's going to be some hot stuff that comes out,
mhm, mhm.
but not on a consistent basis.
You saw the air up tempo is dropping again, right? The Scottie Pippen joint, the black and white one.
Yeah, I'm cool on that.
They dropped it in 2016, first and foremost. They had re-released it in 26, but I
Right.
personally I wasn't able to get it, and I ain't trying to pay $400 resale for it. So this was good news for me for the holiday season. So I'm looking forward to that. And they're dropping a crazy amount of LeBron sevens this year. So I mean, I'm good. This year is gonna be just fine for
Yeah.
me. And the LeBron 17 is fire. I already know during the playoffs, LeBron watches is gonna be crazy.
You
So
know.
if you're not in the LeBron, I guess arena, you know, like this year's looking bleak so far. But you know, it's some good stuff for me. I just like classic stuff. So I don't know.
You know, one thing I think about too right now is with Kobe passing away or whatever, does LeBron sneaker does it move up the power ranking, as you can kind of say,
Mhm.
um, since the man has passed away or whatever? Because they put out LeBron's like crazy, like they put out highs, lows, mids,
Yeah.
all type of all type of different, and the concepts that they come out with don't be trash. Like
Mhm.
they come out with dope concepts. They don't just throw something out there like from the even when they did the Martin Lawrence release,
Yeah.
the Space Jam joints,
Watch the phone.
Off the Throne, the just everything that they do, all the concepts, you'd be like, and they're all concepts that that he's either grew up on, that he really likes, TV shows, music,
Hmm.
just everything. It's really catered around LeBron. So that really shows LeBron has control. First of all,
Yep.
it really shows that what I'm saying. Like they really come to him, and like when it comes to these board meetings about what they're gonna do for the future, they actually really have him in these boardrooms, and he's an intricate part of his own sneaker. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So it really shows that he has a control of his own, what I'm saying, of his name and
Right.
what and what he puts his name on.
Right. It's the same for, in my opinion, Kyrie. Unfortunately, Kyrie is super fragile, and he's not the leader that he thought he could be. So
Mhm.
his career ain't really turning out the way any of us expected, actually. But um, I feel like he's very involved with his shoe as well, and his shoes have probably the best concepts.
Mhm.
And look wise, his shoe has been the best looking basketball shoe in like the last 5 years. So, but I don't know who's been. I don't know if Kobe like number two after Jordans in terms of basketball shoes.
To be honest with you,
LeBron was already on top of Kobe's.
yeah. Well, I feel like LeBron, yeah, was at number two from a financial aspect, yeah,
Right.
because they came out with more LeBron colorways and stuff like that compared to Kobe's.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Basketball teams that are buying up this stuff.
yeah,
That's really where a lot of these sales is coming from. That people don't even really consider that part, in the sales numbers.
yeah, Jeezy said worldwide Kobe was on top. I would say that most definitely from an international basis. He was up there, but LeBron. I feel like LeBron actually still took that over. And Kobe was on a decline. When Kobe career started being on a decline,
Mhm.
and LeBron was winning titles. It's a what have you done for me lately when it comes to an
Right,
international basis.
right, right,
Um, So I feel like when LeBron's winning titles, we're talking about Miami Heat, going back to Cleveland, yeah, he very much. I feel like he very much took that mantle from Kobe as a number two, because Kobe was on a decline. They wasn't coming out with that many colorways. It wasn't,
Yeah.
they wasn't doing it. Now beforehand, when Kobe was winning titles and Lakers Celtics rivalry, was reinvented and everything like that. It very much was, he was at the number two,
Right.
and LeBron was on the rise. But once LeBron started winning titles, yeah, he took that over.
It was a wrap, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, people can say what they may about maybe his, what did you say, 13 through 15? People felt like they weren't the best looking shoes from a lifestyle perspective, but all in all, again, like a lot of these basketball teams and stuff are buying up this stuff. So it's bigger than just us as consumers.
Yeah.
Yeah, teams purchasing this, and it's thousands of teams around the world,
We talking about college teams.
Right.
What was that 1 year? That 1 year college teams, it's like every college team was wearing the Soldiers.
Yeah. Yep. Soldiers is a very popular team shoe. Yeah. It's a popular team shoe. Yep.
I personally don't get it. And I feel like Soldiers are not the best shoes to be wearing basketball wise or whatever. First of all, it has no lacing system. It's all Velcro. And then on top of that, the ankle support is trash.
That's supposed to be the magic in them. The Velcro. It's supposed to lock you in.
Man, please. No.
Look, I mean, you won't catch me wearing no Soldiers, so I ain't even. Well, the Soldier 2 is fire.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as it's gonna get for the kid.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. LeBron early shoes, very much was dope. There wasn't too many misfires that they've ever put out, to be honest with you. But his earlier numbers, his single digit numbers, they was busting single digit numbers, and then when they started hitting double digits, they started getting a little shaky. But
they pretty much went strong all the way up to about 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I think 12. I think 12 was when they officially started going down, because that 13 had a wee wee on it. It had a wee wee on it. I don't know who drew that.
Yeah.
Who drew that shoe? It was like, yeah, this the one. And they put that thing on the market. Lord. Lord Jesus. that was not it.
Well, Q, I guess we go ahead and shut it down, man. It's already 9:15. We done got to the 90-minute mark. We can go and shut it down because I got to eat.
Yeah, I need a little snacky snack myself. My 2-year-old nephew up front. I hope he's asleep now. I locked the door.
You locked the
I put it on the PJ Mask or whatever. That's the show.
You already know. I got my daughter and my son in the room, so hopefully they sleep or whatever like that. But I need to get up on something to eat, so we can go ahead and close it out. Appreciate everybody coming through tonight. Man, who we got in the building? Because I most definitely, we didn't say it earlier. We still got Jeezy in the building, Made by Kicks in the building. Hannon in the building, Hop in the building. Was it BRCKLIR? I don't know who that is. That's a new one. Shout out to you. We got Q the Queen in the
Yeah.
Hop in the building. Bobby came through.
Yeah.
Bobby Sneakers World came through. Who else? V did come in here for a second. I saw V in here. I don't know if she's still in here. BX, you know what I'm saying, came through. Jamie White was in here for a second. JD was in here, if he's still in here.
Big Sneaks.
Yeah, Big Boy was in here.
Made by Kicks.
Yep.
3 Retro Queen. Yeah, I mean.
Retro Queen. So we had a few people come through here. Mill Stepper was in the building. I don't know if she's still in here. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
I'll scroll all the way up. I think that's Gone AWOL was in here too, matter of fact.
Yeah.
Knowing AY was in here also as well, man. So shout out to everybody, even if you didn't hit the comment section, man. Shout out to everybody that came through tonight. It was a slow motion, you know what I'm saying, night tonight or whatever like that. A few people, you know, had some situations.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wasn't trying to go long tonight, no way. So
We went an hour and 40 minutes. So
yeah, we wasn't even expecting to go an hour and 30 minutes. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. So, most definitely appreciate everybody coming through. Mill Stepper still in here, man. I know you was gonna be here all the way to the end. I appreciate you.
right.
So, yeah, I'll let Q go ahead and hit her outro, and then I'll hit mine, and we get up out of here.
All right, man. So it's your girl Q the Queen back in this thing. We had a good night, good conversation as always. Thank my boy Rep for inviting me on. Yeah, so y'all look out. I should have the rest of the week. I should have videos dropping for most of the rest of the week. If I was trying to edit, but I don't know if this 2-year-old gonna let me edit. So we'll figure it out. But I got multiple videos on the way. And I got a live on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern for the 5K giveaway. So I'll be announcing the winners for that. And then also for my subscribers that may want to pop in and just chop it up. If you had any questions you ever wanted to ask me or whatever the case, won't be long, maybe an hour or whatever. So we do that on Friday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. So look out for that.
Any rules? Any rules to the giveaway?
It's already done.
You already did it?
Already done. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, it's over for y'all then. Y'all just
Winners have been established. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, most definitely y'all check that out on Friday. What time? You know what time yet?
8 p.m. Eastern. So
8 p.m. Eastern.
It'll be like a little live event or whatever. So announcing them and then just chopping it up with whoever wants to, pop in for a little bit and, just celebrate the milestone and we move forward. So
that's dope. Most definitely congratulations on the 5K. I can't wait to get that my own self.
Yeah.
Y'all hit that sub button now.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet if y'all in the chat, y'all better be done hit it already.
Yeah, y'all better than hit that sub button, that like button. Y'all better than comment. Y'all better than share. Y'all better than everything.
Yeah.
Right? So, but yeah, appreciate everybody coming through tonight, man. Most definitely. I need to do the same thing tonight. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm on the same mission. I got a few things that I need to edit that I've been done shot, but I just ain't had time to edit. So hopefully I can do that tonight. Things been a little crazy all month because it's a short month. And my birthday is actually Friday too.
Oh.
So yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to catch that live.
You ain't gonna pop in so we can wish you a happy birthday real quick.
I might have to. I might be able to pop in for a second for it. You know what I'm saying? But I might be on the go, so I might be like, yeah,
right.
It might be one of them situations. It may not be the laptop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whatever.
man. Come on through, man. I expect to see multiple folks in there. BX, Bobby Sneaker World, Renee, Miles Stepper, some of y'all, AWOL, V, y'all come on through for a second. Holla at me.
I better be up in there, man. But yeah, so man, shout out to Q on the 5K. Once again, man, appreciate everybody coming through. We do this every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central. So hopefully y'all got y'all notification bell already hit. You know what I'm saying? If you have it, make sure you do that. But we be here every Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central. You know what I'm saying? Talking about sneakers, talking about different whatever, talking about life. We just don't keep it narrowed down to sneakers, but we in the culture, we do what we do.
Absolutely.
So but most definitely, yeah, I got a couple videos. Like I said, I'm gonna try to edit tonight, get them out this week. Got a few other things that's going on. Birthday is Friday. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway for actually for my birthday, something small, whatever like that. I need to be doing a giveaway to me, damn it. That's what you need.
For real though. Don't listen.
Yeah.
Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself.
Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact. Now, you ain't never lied now.
Yeah.
So most definitely, check out the videos. Most definitely, make sure y'all come through every Tuesday night. Tuesday night has been growing. I'm gonna keep it real. Tuesday night has been growing. So most definitely, I appreciate everybody that comes through. I appreciate Q. You know what I'm saying, for coming through all the time. IBA, Soulmates, Marcus, Caddy. Everybody that comes through, man, I appreciate them because don't nobody got to do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? And if I was doing this by myself, it wouldn't be no by myself. I ain't talking to myself. You understand me? I can't stand being on these lives and it literally just be this right here. I can't no, I'm not talking to myself. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm not doing that.
For sure.
So, but yeah, see y'all next Tuesday. Make sure y'all check out the videos that I have going on. And that's it, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.